Hello everyone, this is Colleen Lemma, Starseed Astrologer and Spiritual Messenger from SacredSoulEmpowerment.com. Here to do your weekly intuitive reading for Monday, May 31st through Sunday, June 6th, 2021. For this week's weekly reading, we'll be using the Angel Tarot deck by Radleigh Valentine for the main message for everyone. And your special message card this week, depending on your stone of choice, will be coming from the Energy Oracle cards by Sandra Ann Taylor. Just a reminder that this, of course, brings us into a brand new month, the month of June. So if you want to hear the overview of the whole month of June, along with messages from our angels and guides, the astrological transits of significance, and a special message card depending on your stone of choice, then please be sure to visit my YouTube channel to watch that monthly intuitive reading for June. So let's go ahead and start by taking a look at your stones of choice for this week's weekly reading. So your first stone of choice here is celestite. Isn't that beautiful? It's a beautiful, very powdery light blue color. And this is a celestite cluster. Now the celestite is a stone that helps to heighten your divine intuition. It heightens your ability to connect with the angelic realm and your angels and guides. It is a stone of peace and harmony, and it activates the throat chakra for speaking your divine truth with love and compassion. It also energizes the third eye and opens the third eye chakra to open up your psychic abilities. Your second stone of choice is this beautiful orange calcite pyramid. So the orange calcite is going to help to increase vitality and energy, helps to promote happiness and joy. Of course, it activates the sacral chakra and the solar plexus chakra. This is kind of an orangey, yellowy, golden looking piece of orange calcite. So we're going to say that it activates that sacral chakra, your creative self-expression. It's going to activate that solar plexus chakra as well for your sense of personal power and willpower. This also helps to quicken your spiritual development and helps to connect you with your spiritual divine purpose. And then your last stone of choice for this week is this beautiful egg-shaped ametrine. So it looks like amethyst, but if you look, when I tilt it around a little bit, and I don't know, the lighting might not be that good, but you might see little reflections of golden color there. You see the little reflection of some golden color here as I tilt that, and that's the ametrine, which is a combination of amethyst and citrine. So of course it's going to activate the crown chakra, which is the amethyst, and the solar plexus chakra, which is the citrine. Now the stone itself helps to stimulate creativity and spiritual connection. It increases self-confidence and willpower, helps with spiritual growth and awareness, and helps to align and balance your divine masculine and divine feminine energies. So again, your stones of choice are the celestite cluster, which of course the cluster is good for group work as well, if you're working with other people or networking. And then we have the orange calcite pyramid, which helps as a directive of energy or energy coming down from the universe through the point of that pyramid and then bringing it down through the sides here to manifest in the third dimensional form. And then we have the egg-shaped ametrine, and that egg shape, of course, has that very kind of smooth, flowing, that kind of feeling of just allowing things to unfold in divine timing. The egg shape stones are also good for scanning one's aura and removing blockages, by the way. All right, so let's go ahead. And before we switch gears, and I know a lot of you have been watching over these past few weeks with the new format, so we're going to continue with that. So for those of you that are new, I'm going to speak on camera here about the astrological transits of significance for this week. And then we'll be shifting the perspective a little bit, and I'll be off camera and showing you the card messages, and you'll see the stones of choice there again as well. when we talk about the messages from our angels and guides and look at your special message card. So the astrological transits of significance for this week. It seems like a pretty, for the most part, easy flowing, to me, harmonious week. Now, we did just have a full moon lunar eclipse in Sagittarius last Wednesday. Now, just to kind of recap that, because it's still an activating energy and will be for a little while. And full moons are about completions and endings, and the fact that it's an eclipse energy that we had last Wednesday heightens and intensifies that energy of completion and endings. The fact that it was in Sagittarius, this is about our expanded awareness. It's about our belief systems. It's about how we see the big picture of our lives. It's also about freedom and wanting to break free from things, energies, situations that hold us back. So that's part of what's going on, because here next week, not in this week's weekly reading, but next week we'll have a new moon solar eclipse, which is about new beginnings. And again, these eclipses are going to intensify the idea of endings and new beginnings happening in our lives and on the collective of the planet. Now, also last week, we had Mercury officially go retrograde. So it was Saturday that Mercury shifted his directions. Of course, we've been feeling that energy as he was in his shadow side for a couple of weeks previous to him actually turning retrograde. So miscommunication and not understanding things clearly, not being able to maybe communicate things clearly, needing to fine-tune things that have to do with speaking, teaching, writing, expressing ourselves, new ideas, etc. That's also because it just went retrograde last Saturday. It's still in its stationary kind of point. It hasn't really picked up speed yet. So we might have some communication, perception challenges that continue into this week. So now, with that little bit of a recap, we can go into this week. And as I said, most of the energies seem like they're pretty easy flowing until we get to the weekend. But we still have, again, what happened last week that's being carried over. On Monday the 31st for this week, we have Mars in Cancer, and it's in a positive trine connection to Neptune in Pisces. Now, Mars is known as the warrior, the planet of energy, action, and forward movement. But right now, he is in Cancer, which is a water sign, an empathic sign, an intuitive sign, a feminine sign. So here we have masculine, assertive Mars in this feminine, sensitive sign of Cancer. So he might not be in his happiest of places, but he is in a positive connection on Monday to Neptune, the planet that rules the spiritual dimensions, the planet that rules our psychic senses, our healing abilities, our creative inspiration, our connection to other realms, other worlds, our angels and guides. So I feel like Mars is putting his energy, because he rules energy, he's putting his energy into this more sensitive, intuitive, empathic kind of direction, which is a positive thing. This can be very creative, it's very loving, it's very compassionate, it's very sensitive. Now, one thing I think that also comes up this week is family energy, because Mars is in Cancer, the sign that rules home and family. So he's putting his energy towards things that deal with home and family, things that deal with nurturing or caring for other people. This also involves home, land, where we live as well. So again, this is a positive energy. And then we have Wednesday, where Venus moves into Cancer. So now we have two planets in that home family sign that rules responsibility to those that we love. So Venus is going to be in Cancer for a few weeks, as she, spends at least 3 weeks or so in every sign as she goes through them. And Venus is a planet that rules women and the divine feminine, and she rules the attraction principle. She rules love and relationships, money, finances, personal resources. So again, all of these things that she rules may somehow involve home and family, or our own subconscious patterns that we grew up in, or our ancestral heritage, which is another thing Cancer rules. Again, we can be very intuitive here and very empathic with those people that we're in relationship with, feeling their feelings, understanding their thoughts, being sensitive to their emotions. Venus here, as far as relationships, is pretty expressive as far as her love, right? Because Cancer is a very loving, nurturing, mothering kind of sign. So it's that kind of more mother, nurturing, caretaking energy that Venus likes to give while she's in that sign of Cancer. On Thursday, the 3rd of June, we have the Sun, which is still in Gemini, and it is in a positive connection with Saturn, who's in Aquarius. Now, Gemini, where the Sun is, and Aquarius, where Saturn is, are both air signs. So now this is about our thought processes. It's about our ideas. It's about how we communicate. It's about our perceptions. And so, to me, this is highlighted as far as a restructuring of our thoughts, a restructuring of our beliefs, a restructuring of how we see or perceive something to be, because Saturn just went retrograde. And when a planet goes retrograde, like Saturn, which has been very recent, and then Mercury of last week, it internalizes those energies. And Saturn is all about karma, or being the teacher of karmic lessons, but he's also about responsibility and structure and form and manifestation. So we're turning these energies inward to become more responsible within ourselves, to become more structured within ourselves, to own our inner authority, because he's the authority. And because this is a positive connection with the Sun in Gemini, with Saturn, I feel like it's helping us to restructure, again, how we perceive things to be, or how we perceive ourselves, or it's helping us to restructure how we communicate with other people, our thought processes, etc., all of that Gemini energy. On the same day, Thursday, Venus, which has just gone into Cancer, is in a positive connection to Jupiter, which is newly in Pisces, not having been in Pisces for too long of a period of time, but Jupiter's the planet of expansion, and it likes to make energies bigger, and in this case, it's making the Pisces energies bigger, which if you watched a previous weekly video where Jupiter went into Pisces, it can be expanding this idea of unconditional love and compassion and spirituality and forgiveness and creative sensitivities, etc. But Pisces also rules illusion, confusion, and delusion, and depending on where we're at with our belief systems, Jupiter can expand us into those energies where things are a little bit more confusing, ungrounded, lack of boundaries, not being focused on something, kind of being a little bit dreamy. And dreams are great, but if we only let our dreams to kind of guide us, then how do we manifest them in physical form? So it's great for, creative writing and imagination and meditation, to be able to expand into those energies. But we also want to be able to kind of bring something into form when we're envisioning it. Now back to the Venus in this connection with Jupiter and Pisces. Jupiter is known as the Great Benefic, the planet of great blessings. Venus is known as the Lesser Benefic, not that she's lesser than Jupiter, but that she also is the planet of blessings, but perhaps to a slightly less level, or lesser, is that the word I'm looking for? Not quite as big as Jupiter. Jupiter's like big, expansive, etc. But they're both planets of blessings, and they're coming together in the most positive, trine, harmonious, beautiful energy. So there could be some blessings coming Thursday, or around Thursday, give or take a day or two. So be open to whatever these blessings are, and they might come in physical form, but they could be more spiritual, psychic, healing, home and family oriented, again, because Venus is in that sign of Cancer. And then on Saturday, this is where we get into the couple of aspects that might be a little bit more challenging for us. On Saturday, the 5th of June, we have Mercury in Gemini, which again just went retrograde last Saturday. So he's not moving very fast. And so he's bringing, again, miscommunication and misperceptions up. He's in a challenging aspect to Neptune, challenging square aspect to Neptune, which again can rule things not being clear, things being a little foggy, looking at things through rose-colored glasses, again bringing up that idea of illusion, confusion, and delusion. So this, especially with our thoughts, our ideas, our perceptions, and our mode of communication, might bring in a little bit of challenging energy. On the same day, Saturday the 5th, we have Mars in Cancer opposing Pluto, the planet of power, control, transformation, death, rebirth, change, regeneration, transmutation. Pluto packs a powerful punch, right? Pluto's pretty powerful and transformative, and Mars is the warrior, even though he's currently in that softer, more feminine sign of Cancer. So I feel like there's an opportunity for us to experience transformation because of Pluto with other people in our lives because of that opposition. Oppositions play out with other people, so whether it's a significant other, a family, a friend, a stranger, that these opportunities for transformation, this transformation energy or death and rebirth energy is coming from energies being mirrored to us or with us within the relationships in our lives. And because Mars is in Cancer, that sign that rules home and family, a lot of this could take place with family members. So that's a little bit about the astrology for the week. So let's go ahead and shift our perspective and change gears here and see what our angels and guides have to say. Okay, so just a reminder of what your stones of choice are for that special message card later. We have the celestite. We have the orange calcite pyramid. And we have that ametrine egg. Okay, so let's see what our angels and guides have to say for this week. We start out with the 10 of Earth. This is like the 10 of Pentacles in the traditional tarot. So the 10, interestingly enough, is a number of completion as far as the tarot goes, because we have 10 minor arcanas before we get to the court cards, which is the page, the knight, the queen, and the king, and then we get to, again, the major arcana cards. So the 10 is about completion. We're nearing, or we're at, actually, a completion stage on some level. And so isn't it interesting that we just had that full moon lunar eclipse last Wednesday, and we're now in the waning cycle of the moon and in the midst of these eclipse energies, which is bringing the completion phase of a spiritual, growth and evolution as far as who we are as souls. And it could be bringing the completion of situations or relationships, energies, patterns, subconscious belief systems, etc. Now, this is the 10 of Earth, again, like the 10 of Pentacles. This is the suit that is about tangible things in our life. This is about the physicality of things. So money, finances, that's something physical. Our job, our career, that's something physical. Home, family, this is physical, as opposed to the emotional realm, as opposed to the mental realm, as opposed to the spiritual realm. So these are tangible things that are coming to completion in our lives. So this would suggest there is some sort of situation or way of operating within a relationship. Doesn't necessarily mean the relationship has to come to an end, but an old way of operating within the relationship, an old way of dealing with financial matters. This could bring the ending of where some of you are living physically, or if some of you are trying to sell your home, perhaps this is saying that the phase of completion is coming to a head here, and that home will sell. So we're just looking at this as the kind of end of a chapter of some sort in your life. Now, the message at the bottom of this particular card actually says a very happy family life, financial security, which is always nice to see, and finding magic in the little things in life. So I find it interesting that, it talks about family here. Now, it does say financial security, but it also talks about a happy family life. And we talked about those two planets, Mars and Venus, being in that home and family sign of Cancer, where I think that this week at least, and of course Mars has been in Cancer, Venus is just going into Cancer, so we'll be there for a while. That energy is a little bit ongoing, or it's already been there, and it's going to be ongoing on some level. Pretty soon, the sun in a couple of weeks will also move into Cancer. So the home and family energy is kind of taking precedence here for a little while in some way, shape, or form. So I do feel like this is saying that there are some activities or energies or happenings that are going on within the home and family. We're needing to maybe caretake for an elderly parent. We're needing to take care of family concerns. Maybe we're dealing with household things, or again, property or home, house, etc. And this can be even extended family. So it doesn't have to be biological family. This can be those people, those friends in our lives that are like our family. But this would suggest, from at least the information on this card, it feels like a positive kind of energy, at least right here in the beginning with this first card. And like I said, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, perhaps into Friday, the energies seem, for the most part, pretty positive, harmonious, and smooth. It doesn't mean there's no challenges, but the major aspects seem to be more supportive. So let's go ahead and take a look at the next card here as we continue our message. Okay, so we have the Three of Water. Now, the water suit is the cup suit in the traditional tarot. This deals with the emotions. The Three is an expansive energy. The Three is creative. It deals with joy, fun, inner child, laughter. And so this would mean, since it's the suit of cups or water, that we're expanding into more positive emotions. We're expanding into joy and happiness and just feeling fulfilled and celebration and just, coming together with those that we care about and love, and just really expanding into that great energy vibration. Again, this is kind of like that Venus and Jupiter transit that we have on Thursday, where I said Jupiter is the great benefic, Venus is considered the lesser benefic. They're both planets of blessings. They're coming together in a positive way. They're both in water signs, which does deal with the emotional, spiritual, creative, inspirational, and spiritual energies. So I feel like this, again, is something that's very positive and supportive. And it says a celebration, a wedding, graduation, or birth announcement, and the need to have more fun. So any of you out there that are graduating, congratulations. If you've been, in a recent situation with birth of a new child, or birthday, or a wedding kind of situation, or being asked to be married, all of those kind of things. And a lot of that happens also in the summer months, right? June and getting married. So congratulations to the celebration if that's part of, the group that you're in. Now, if you're not in that particular group, again, this just feels like good, positive, happy, joyous, fun, expansive, in a good way into those emotions. This could be expanded empathic ability, expanded intuitive ability, expansion into your healing abilities. A lot of times the Three of Cups is depicted with three women coming together in celebration. So this might be a group of you getting together and just, having a good time, going on a mini vacation, whatever that might be. This, again, to me, with that Venus and Jupiter coming together, is bringing some sort of blessings. We're expanding into this wonderful feeling of some sort of blessings in our life. All right, well, let's see what this last card is all about to end off the week. Okay, we do have a major arcana. This is major arcana 7, the Chariot. And this is with Archangel Metatron in this particular deck. Feels like I've seen the Chariot quite often recently. The last few weekly readings, or I don't know if it was in the monthly reading for May, but it just feels like I've been seeing the Chariot a lot. And And maybe it's been in personal readings with clients too. But the chariot, as you can see, Archangel Metatron in this case, is in the chariot that's being pulled by two horses through the sky, right? And one of those horses is black, the other one is white. Now, usually the depiction in the traditional tarot of the chariot is one horse, the black horse is going one way, the white horse is going off in the opposite direction and the other way, trying to pull in those opposite directions, which kind of slows down the chariot. If you have two horses going in opposite directions or in slightly different directions, you can't move forward very quickly. But with focus, with bringing the energies back into focus, then you're able to, again, move forward on your journey. Now, the horses, I'm not really seeing so much that they're pulling in different directions. So that's one good indication in this particular rendition of the chariot, is that perhaps we don't have to try very hard. And as I'm saying that, I feel like, I'm hearing the angels and guides saying a lot of you aren't going to have to try at all, because the universe is going to step in with this eclipse energy, the lunar eclipse, the solar eclipse, and they're going to help realign your path forward. So if you're not in alignment with your true path forward, the eclipse energies is going to shake things up a little bit and realign things for you. So don't let that, scare you too much. Just focus on the end goal of being realigned on your path. But I think a lot of you maybe are already realigning yourselves, because that full moon lunar eclipse last week was in Sagittarius. You are already wanting to break free of any restrictions or feelings or energies that seemingly are holding you back, because Sagittarius wants independence and freedom, wants to experience adventure and new horizons. So perhaps you've already started to redirect yourself, and this is why it appears in this card that those two horses are just moving forward. There still might be some details to take care of and some energies to be realigned, but the message at the bottom says an important achievement, self-discipline and willpower, and public recognition. So I feel like you're moving forward in definitely a positive way. I feel like here the important achievement is your soul achieving that evolution and growth that is calling to you, your higher soul self, Archangel Metatron. And Archangel Metatron actually is the keeper of the Akashic records. He helps us to connect with our own Akashic records, the energies and information that our soul has lived throughout many, many lifetimes. So I feel like he's helping us to achieve this soul growth and evolution by connecting us either consciously or subconsciously to our Akashic records, so that we can make the best possible decisions for ourselves in moving forward. And through, again, that discipline and self-discipline and willpower, we are and will be able to continue moving forward on our path, forward towards the goals that we're seeking to accomplish or manifest in our lives. So all in all, this feels like a good message in a good direction. So let's go ahead and take a look at the special message card depending on the stone of choice. Okay, so I'm going to give this a little shuffle here. And that first stone of choice was the Celestite cluster. Just taking a breath here, centering Celestite cluster message this week for Celestite people. Okay, open my eyes. This one was sticking up. Ooh, look at that. Blossoming abundance. I gotta love that. Okay, so blossoming abundance. This is that Venus trine Jupiter Thursday. So look, Wednesday, Thursday, and into Friday. Look for some sort of abundance, whether it's financial abundance, some sort of gift that comes to you, a new connection, meeting a new person that's going to be significant somehow in your life or help you on your path somehow. But at the very least, just recognize and have gratitude for all the many things that are in your life that are bringing abundance. And having that gratitude and recognizing the abundance already in your life. Thank you for this wonderful friend that I have. Thank you for the home that I have. Thank you for the ability to do my spiritual work. Whatever it is, Thank the universe for the abundance in your life. And through that, more and more and more and more abundance is going to blossom. Do some visualizations of what that looks like to you. For me, I like to visualize gold coins falling down from the sky all around me, or sometimes it's $100 bills. For somebody else, maybe it's little sparkles of light, or pink hearts, or roses being given to you, or a gift being handed to you in a visualization. Sometimes I do that too. So, use your imagination, and through meditation and visualization, see that abundance in whatever shape or form it takes for you, and allow it to blossom and increase throughout this week and throughout the weeks to come in your life. Oh, that's beautiful. Okay, so for those of you that chose the orange calcite, deep breath, orange calcite, special message. Okay, this one was calling my attention when I opened my eyes. We have community. Remember that 3 of water? And when I said the traditional 3 of cups often shows 3 women together in celebration? That's exactly what this card looks like. Community, coming together with other people, finding your tribe, coming together with friends that support you, coming together with people of like mind, maybe to do some sort of spiritual work, maybe to have some fun, maybe to just, celebrate. I feel like this is goddess energy, divine feminine energy. Again, the 3 women, they look like priestesses, goddesses. They're coming together in community to support one another, to respect one another, to help one another. So find those people in your life, those friends, those family, significant others that are there for you, that are your community, that are your tribe, and let them know that you love them. Let them know you care about them, and take some time out to do something fun with them. Take some time out to have that girl time, downtime, family time, whatever it is, to connect, because it's going to be all about that feeling of belonging and that feeling of community here this week. Okay. And then for those of you that chose the ametrine, okay, a little bit of a breath there. Ametrine, special message card for ametrine. And I almost dropped this one. That's my pinky on my pinky. So I'm going to actually pull that one on the bottom there. Okay, now this says all tied up. Now, I feel like maybe some of you, with that ametrine, the amethyst, and the combination of the citrine, maybe you are not opening up your crown chakra to higher wisdom, guidance, and messages. Maybe your solar plexus chakra is out of balance with that sense of personal power or empowerment or leadership ability, take charge ability, confidence. So I feel like you're needing to untangle some energies here and remove some of that. Now, maybe it's attachments from the past. Maybe it's old subconscious belief systems. Maybe it's a situation that you're in where you feel held back or restricted in some way. So whatever this is about for the ametrine people, I feel like you're needing to definitely unravel the energies and free yourself. Again, that Sagittarius full moon lunar eclipse last week is calling to you, beckoning to you to free yourself of that limiting, restricting kind of energy, and break free and find that freedom. I feel like for you all, I want to pull a secondary card here. So let's ask for more information, clarification. If the ametrine people kind of untie themselves, kind of remove the restrictions. And as I'm talking, this one on my forefinger here on the bottom is calling my attention. So as you free yourself from being all bound up and all tied up, I guess this is the message that they're asking you to embody is call in and embody this angel of strength, this angel of courage. When I talk about solar plexus energies, right, with the citrine part of the ametrine being the solar plexus chakra and ruling personal power and confidence and courage and take charge ability, Well, look what we have here. We have, first of all, some of the golden yellow with this angel of strength here popping through. But we also have Leo the lion, right? Leo the lion rules our sense of individuality and self-identity and willpower, confidence, and courage. And this, this isn't a tarot deck, but just like the strength card in the traditional tarot, which is usually shown with a woman with a lion. Here we have a woman angel with a lion. So it's just like that strength card, right? Have the confidence and courage to free yourself from whatever is binding you, from whatever is keeping you from experiencing your freedom. Find that sense of yourself, your self-identity, your independence, your take charge ability. Roar like the lion. So this might be about speaking your truth in an assertive way, not in a mean or angry way, but you might need to find some words here. And just like the lion might roar every once in a while, perhaps you need to speak your truth in a little bit of an assertive way, in a confident way, to be able to free yourself from whatever is going on here in your life. So we're going to put that Angel of Strength card right on top of that all tied up card, and we're going to send out that intention that you all are going to be able to kind of experience that freeing yourself from whatever's holding you back. And it might be just your own belief systems. Maybe it's just your own belief systems and subconscious patterns of fear that are holding you back. So step into your truth, step into your confidence, step into your personal power, and free yourself. So I hope you've all enjoyed this weekly intuitive reading. Thank you so much for subscribing to the channel, sharing, liking, commenting. I try to comment. Sometimes I miss a few weeks and then I have to go back and catch all up, but I try to make responses to all of your wonderful supportive comments. Thank you to those of you following me on Facebook. Colleen Lemma, but more importantly, starting to follow me on my new page, Colleen Lemma dash Sacred Soul Empowerment, which is the name of my business, Colleen Lemma dash Sacred Soul Empowerment, and just appreciating all of you and having gratitude for all of you. As we all move through this eclipse energy together, as we all move through these endings and completions and initiations and new beginnings together on our path. So sending you all lots of love and light, peace and joy, abundance and prosperity, and blessings to each and every one of you.